Good morning everyone, how are we doing? I haven't been here for a while, I've been away on holiday and I'm in the midst of all the laundry and the unpacking, etc, etc. I need another holiday to recover from the holiday, but anyway. So last time I was here, I was talking about the seams on here, and I think I did some bullion knots on video, and I said each seam would be embellished. I've started French knots on that one, but I've just about done all the seams that are here so far. But you'll notice, hopefully, that this cloth is a mixture of hand painted cloth that I've then embroidered, and then just white with these lovely patchwork floral shapes on. So what I wanted to show you today was how this, so say this panel here, okay, started life like that. Now when I first did these, the people in my class will tell you, I was like, oh no, I don't like that, it's awful. By the way, that's supposed to be pink, but it's not pink. On the jar of fabric paint it says pink, but it's more peach to me. But anyway, so I was thinking, oh, can I work with this? Because I really don't like it. But then you add the stitch, and I think it transforms. Okay, so what I've been doing is running stitch around the outlines, and then French knots, and then other little snippets of cut fabric. So what I'm going to do, I'll do a bit of running stitch and a couple of French knots, and then I'll cut some fabric and show you how that would be applied. So I'll start here. Now if I was to run in stitch this whole outline on camera, you'd be here till bedtime. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to run in stitch this side. This side, okay. And then do some French knots in here. Now I do refer back to this, although I do remember as well, it's little clusters of maybe 3 or 5 French knots. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. And I'm not even sure that it takes me that long. I've been away on holiday for nearly 2 weeks, and I forget, and I'm thinking, how long did it take me to do that? I think I can do one of these panels in an evening with the embroidery. I mean, I might be wrong there, and I might come to do one tonight and be thinking, why haven't I finished this? But that's what I'm being told in my head, saying, Karen, you do them in an evening. So if I do a little cluster of 5 French knots there's 4 at the moment, and then I'll cut a little bit of fabric, and then I'll show you how I apply that. And I also refer to the one that's finished, and I don't drag my thread. I will not be dragging my thread across the back from there to there. I always fasten off and start again. So I'll fasten off, and I'll get a bit of fabric and put a knot in this thread again. Let me find my little scissors there. Right, I'll just put a knot in this. And I'm really just touching base because there's been so much going on in my life for the past 3 years that I've been so hit and miss. I can post regularly for like 3 months, and then something happens and I've got to stop and I disappear. And I'm hoping that all that's finished with now. But now I've been on holiday, that isn't going to be a problem anymore. It's a problem for me. You might not care, but I care. I like to be consistent and I like to be present. Right, so on this one, I've got 2 bits of fabric, 2 on there, so I guess I'm working on 2s. There's 3 bits on there, so I guess it depends how I cut them. So I always use my pinking shears, okay? So I'll get a little bit of pink fabric. And I kind of try and curve it. I mean, they're so small, it's really difficult to get a proper precise shape. So they're literally just scraps, okay? So if that fits in there, no it doesn't. Might fit in the other way around. So there's a lot of playing goes on with placement and things. There, that fits there, that's okay. So I'll literally just hold it on with my thumb, if I can. And I come up at the bottom, anywhere anyway. And how I do it is, I use the indentations from the pinking shears to guide my stitching. There. So that's one, okay, and I'll do that all the way around, and when I've put enough fabric pieces on here, that's when I start to fill in with French knots. Okay, so you'll see here, so the fabric pieces will go on first, and then I'll have filled the space with French knots afterwards. So I'm going to set myself a challenge this evening to see if I can do this whole panel in an evening. We'll have to see. So I mean, and I don't normally do the fabric pieces till I've done stitch the outline, but because I was making this video I didn't have time to do that, and I didn't want you to have to sit through me stitching an outline. So there. So that's how it starts and that's how it finishes. And I think the transformation, I mean, these have got applique circles on, which this one doesn't yet have, but it will have. But even the transformation, really. But don't buy, I can't remember what make that fabric paint is. No complaints apart from it's supposed to be pink and there's no way that's pink. So yeah, so that's where I'm at. Like I say, I've been on holiday, but I'm hoping to get back into more regular posting. It grieves me that I can't post as often as I want because things keep happening. But then that's family, isn't it? Family, things like that happen. And I'm very lucky in lots of ways, so I'm counting my blessings. So that's how it starts and that's how it ends up. Okay.